Go.
Okay, welcome to Bloodfest, the podcast, the COVID plague edition. I'm your host, Nate, and I'm trying to get over the latest iteration of COVID 19 and may not be thinking clearly. These guys can tell you I've never actually thought clearly. Joey's with us tonight, and mostly you'll hear him cough, sneeze, belch, and fart because although he doesn't have COVID, he does have some kind of plague, and it's rapidly killing him. And the only one of us that's healthy, for a change, is Casey. Hi, Casey. How you doing tonight?
Not too bad. How you guys doing? Other than
Beautiful.
being sick.
I've been better,
Yeah,
but
sounds like it.
I was so sure last night, it just hit me. I was just so drained, and I went to vintage stock, and I got home about 6:30, and I just crashed and slept till like 9. And that's how it was when I had COVID the first time. So I was
Yeah,
like, oh man.
yeah,
So,
it's
but
good
but
stuff.
thankfully, I went and tested today and came back negative. I'll test again tomorrow to be on the safe
Yeah,
side. But if
yeah,
I was
100%.
if I was
Because
positive, I
sometimes you get a negative like the first day, and then get
yeah.
positive the second one.
So I
Yeah.
figured it'll probably be best to go and get tested again tomorrow, and hopefully I'm good.
So Josh isn't with us tonight because that loser has a family and he's spending time with them. So that's weird. But what we're going to do here is a kind of an impromptu live stream. We're going to watch one of my favorite movies, King of the Zombies, and we're just going to talk about it. Now, have I've seen this movie several times. Casey, have you ever seen King of the Zombies?
Nope, I never even heard of it, and I think it's just because it's pretty old, right? From like the 40s or something.
Yeah, I
Yeah, it's
think
from
42,
1941.
41,
42?
Yeah,
Yeah.
41
Yeah.
or
yeah.
42.
There's a lot of cinema I haven't watched from probably anything further back than maybe like the 50s. There's a lot of
Yeah.
stuff I haven't seen, so I'm
See,
not
you're
familiar with it.
You're missing a lot of good old fashioned, well, we'll get into it, but racism, racism is what you're missing from the 30s and 40s.
Yeah.
So Joey, have you seen King of the Zombies?
No, I haven't. In fact, I've never heard of it, and
All right.
so I'm
Well, then
looking forward to it. And I'll probably be mostly muted. I'm sure our one viewer Frank doesn't want to hear me sneezing and coughing throughout this whole thing.
Frank's got his cousin Marcel with him tonight, so we're actually up to two people.
Oh,
Yeah,
fantastic!
yeah, yeah. So I'm pretty excited to introduce you guys to this. Now, for anyone out there who is actually watching, this movie is a little odd for modern horror film lovers. Even though it says zombie, it's not the sort of zombie that most of us are used to. This is obviously pre-Romero. So this is back in the days when zombies were the voodoo zombies. They were mindless slaves and sometimes dead, sometimes just hypnotized, and they weren't flesh eaters. So that's the type of zombies we're dealing with here. Now, this particular movie, it was a B movie from the early 40s, and like a lot of B movies at the time, it liked to mix genres. So this is a horror movie, and put quotes around horror, comedy with a spy thriller aspect to it. It stars Dick Purcell, Joanne Woodbury, and Mantan Moreland. And honestly, it is a fucking crime that Mantan Moreland's name is not above the title because he is the star of this. Again, most of our audience won't be familiar with him, but he was actually a pretty major actor from the 30s to the 1970s. He died in the early 70s, probably 72, 73. 140 movie and TV credits. He was also a popular stand-up comedian. He released a couple of comedy albums. The best one of them was called, and I shit you not, this is the title, That Ain't My Finger. And that particular comedy bit was actually sampled by the Beastie Boys on one of their songs. He was the inspiration. Well, he was the uh, Spike Lee in the movie Bamboozled named the main character after Mantan Moreland. Um, he's been well remembered. He's in a couple of Hall of Fames, things like that. and hilarious actor, absolutely the star of this movie, and honestly the reason to watch it. Now, if you have not guessed yet, he was a black man who got his start at a time when black men did not get to be stars in mainstream motion pictures in America. So he spent most of his time as a background character. And he is, in this particular film, the perfect example of a trope that is the reason I wanted to do this movie tonight so we could discuss it. And I feel a little dicey actually talking about this particular film trope, but I think I'm on pretty solid footing to do so. So I'm going to apologize beforehand for a word that's used here, but I want to point out that I am quoting the great filmmaker Spike Lee. He named the trope that is called the magical Negro. And Mantan's character, Jeff, in this movie is basically what that trope's about. So in the early days of film, and even up to today in movies like The Legend of Bagger Vance, to grab one up quickly, you had mostly black men, although sometimes women. They were small characters, background characters, supporting characters. They never got to be the star. They exist primarily to assist the important white characters. They often unwittingly save the day. And if there's any sort of supernatural theme to the film, the magical Negro will have special knowledge, mostly simply because he's black. So he'll be the one who can immediately explain, oh, well, that's voodoo, you see. It was a pretty insidious trope in American films, and I think you'll see how overtly racist the use of Mantan is in this film. The reason I happen to like this one is, even though he's being used as a racist trope, he is such an amazing performer. He is so likable, he becomes the instant star of the film and the hero of the film and the only person in this damn movie that makes any damn sense. So that's what I wanted to talk about, why I wanted to watch this film. That's just a lot to say that I'm not apologizing for making you watch this, even though there are parts of it that's going to make you cringe. So, guys, you ready to get it started?
Yeah, sounds great.
All right.
I'm as ready as ever.
All right. So, Joey, you want to start the movie?
Let's roll that movie.
Roll that beautiful zombie footage.
Here we go.
All right. This movie that we're going to meet pretty quickly was originally supposed to be played by Bela Lugosi. Lugosi had a scheduling conflict and could not appear. So then they reached out to the amazing Peter Lorre, who they could not get for some reason. So they got this random character actor that I do not know from anything. So, but I think when you see him, you will get why it was supposed to be Lugosi. Look at that model. That's Mantan there in the background.
Hello? McCarthy calling. McCarthy calling.
Yeah, Mac.
Hello? Any luck, Mac? Nah, I can't even scare off a news broadcast.
Puerto Rico.
Where do you think we are? Search me. We lost a few hours ago. Probably somewhere between Cuba and Puerto Rico.
Is it that bad?
It ain't good.
Uh-oh. I knowed I wasn't cut out to be no blackbird.
If you had those weather gadgets of yours set up, we wouldn't have gotten into this mess. Now, if that new Navy base gets a weather bureau now, it'll be a miracle.
Mr. Bill.
That's going to be
Is this
important.
the spot where Admiral Wainwright's plane turned up missing last week?
There's some amazing
Oh,
effects.
look out, Admiral. Here
Oh,
we go.
God, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Contact them again, Mac.
Look at that.
Hello? McCarthy calling. Plane C-108 calling. Why don't somebody answer? We're lost, do you hear? Lost. Not a murmur. How's the gas holding out? That's something else again. Well, there are plenty of small islands down here. Better go down. Find a spot for a landing. That's what I'll... Wait a
Right.
minute.
I absolutely love this. Is like 1941, 1942. These guys are pilots. That is very clearly German they're hearing, and they're like, "What the fuck is that language?"
We're near a radio station.
There's no way.
Must be right over that transmitter. Well, that's a break. Well, I'm going down and
Oh,
take a
God.
look. Hold on, boys. Clearing ahead. I think I can make it.
Think. Did you say think?
Crash. Okay, the first good joke is coming up.
Rest in peace. If that means what I think it means, they sure don't waste no time around here.
I gotta admit, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. They can't do this here to me. Let me out of here. Let me out of here. Let me out of here. Now let me out of
Hey,
here.
hey, what's the matter with you?
Good gracious. Is that you, Mr. Bill? Did they have you in a hole too?
What are you talking about? What do you mean, have me in a hole?
Ain't we dead?
Of course we're not dead.
I thought I was a little off color to be a ghost.
Oh, there's no such thing as ghost, Jeff.
That's a ghost. It's a clan member.
What's that then?
What do you mean by that? His foot took the root?
It like it grown root like a tree.
Oh, okay.
I can't. My foot done took the root.
What are you trying to do? Scare us to death? Hey, you're hurt. I'm all right. Just a crack on the noggin. Where are we? Search me. Looks like somebody's marble orchard. Graveyard. It's a fine spot for a crack-up. Well, let's look around. Somebody must live around here. Come on.
Well, I was trying to wake up the dead. I don't know about the rest of you.
Quiet, will you? What you trying to do? Wake up the dead?
What's the matter? Do you hear something?
No, sir. Just my heart trying to jump out of my chest.
That's drums.
Drums. That's my.
I always want to like freeze frame and see if I can look at those tombstones to see if there's a gag on any of them, but
Yeah.
I never think to. So I can remember
Look.
that.
Creepy-looking place. Sure dark. Suppose
I
anybody
know
lives in
about
there?
that
In
somewhere.
that haunted house? If they do, they sleep on slabs.
Well, let's find out.
Not me. Y'all going in there. I ain't going in that mausoleum. I'm going to stay right here until I change my mind. Oh, wait a minute. I done changed my mind.
Yeah, so it's put out by Monogram Pictures that did a lot of B movies at the time. And interestingly, so it opens with that flying scene. Like almost all of their movies had at least one flying scene in it. So I assume that at some point Monogram just spent most of their money building a model plane and a cockpit set. So they decided to use it in every movie.
Gotcha.
Ring the bell, Jeff.
Oh, Mr. Bill, you the one who wants to go in there. You ring the bell.
There is something I have always really loved about the
Sound like ice
look
cream man.
of B movies of this era. Everything is on the soundstage, and the sets have an interesting. It's almost a liminal thing. They're real and unreal looking at the same time. I just absolutely love it, and I don't think any of this would work in color, but in black and white, I love the way these movies look.
See, I was actually going to mention that when they were walking through the jungle there. I haven't watched a lot of these, like I said, all these older films, and my reason is due to the same reason you just said, because I don't like the way that it looks.
Oh,
Like,
really?
yeah, because you can obviously tell it's all on a stage, and it's
Yeah.
more like you're watching a play or something, and I'm not really into that. So I think that's
See,
why.
I don't know. There's something really appealing to me about it. Also, at this time, even super cheap movies were shot on high quality film stock. You know, so the image, and they still took the time to light it well. And like today, your super cheap movies are shot on shitty digital video, and you can tell instantly from one frame, oh, that's a cheap movie.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, that's definitely true. I know what you mean there. Yeah, I don't think you would ever see a movie back in this era that looks like the way you're describing now, because
Yeah.
cheap digital just kills it immediately. I mean, it doesn't mean that you can't have a good movie shot on digital, because there's tons of and even like before digital with the well, not before digital, but like the shot on video films. Some of those look terrible, but some of them are really good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You get great movies that look like shit, but they're well written, well acted, well edited. Yeah. El Mariachi, shot on VHS tape and edited on 2 VCRs. It doesn't look great, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, if I remember right, I think Video Violence 1 and 2 were shot on VHS as well.
Yeah.
And they're
I have
both
yet
really
to see
good.
those. I need to. So for the folks at home, Joey's stepping away. He needs to go take a big shit. So he wanted me to tell you.
Nice.
You sit on a throne of lies.
You sit on a throne.
Yeah.
Shit on a throne of lies. all it took was Nate to mention shitting to make me talk.
Yep, that's all it takes. Look at what Josh is missing out on.
Yeah, that slacker.
Fucker spending time with his kids.
I'm afraid our
There.
arrival was
Okay, I love that. They're on their way to the Bahamas.
No, not in the sense you mean. See, we were on our way to the Bahamas when the storm blew us off our course.
I love the way things were pronounced back then. I missed when
You must be mistaken.
I missed when science fiction movies were all about robots. Have to watch out for those robots.
Weird. I don't think I've ever heard
No
that.
radio within miles of here. However, boats do stop here fairly often. How often? Well, the next one is due in about 2 weeks' time. However, I
Look,
hope
I've
you will
been to
be
the Bahamas,
my
and
guest.
I never encountered any zombies.
Afraid we'll have to, Doctor. Thank you. Well, that's settled then. Let me show you to your rooms.
I've definitely never heard it pronounced like that.
Actually, for like a long time after the first time we saw this movie, we would say it that way. Where are you going on vacation? Oh, we're thinking about going to the Bahamas.
Didn't we just leave him downstairs in the library? Oh, he wanted to make sure that your room was warm and comfortable before you got here.
He sure gets around fast, don't he?
Mr. Summers, this is your room. Mr. McCarthy.
I've always wondered back in these times, like, how many candles did these people go through to keep their house lit up?
No?
Oh, you'd have to make your own.
What about me?
I just can't imagine how many candles it would take to
In the seventh quarters. Mumble
have on hand for that.
Mamba. That goblin? Do I have to go with him alone?
He won't hurt you if he likes you.
That's ridiculous. You can't stay upstairs with the white
Oh,
people.
Mr. Bill, does I have to? Can I stay up here with you?
No, you understand. I don't wish to be harsh, but it might set a bad example for the other servants. Certainly. It'll be all right, Jeff.
For who?
Mamba.
Yeah, and I don't think this ever. So they said they were going to the Bahamas, although I think we find out that's a lie. But early on, he says they're between Cuba and Puerto Rico. But I don't think it ever like nails down what island this is supposed to be.
No. Harlem never was like this.
Or like even what island chain.
Dinner at 8 o'clock. Make yourselves at home.
And I'll get something for your head, Mr. McCarthy.
Thank you, Doctor.
So here's a little trivia about this. First of all, despite being a pretty ridiculous B movie, this was popular enough that it got a sequel a few years later. The character of Jeff Mantan actually appeared in Revenge of the Zombie, which I have not seen. But the one that really blows my mind is this movie was nominated for an Oscar.
Oh, wow.
Best Music.
I should have not.
It was nominated for Best Music.
Here you are, Mr. McCarthy. Your head will be as good as new.
Best music?
Yep.
Huh.
Honestly, I guess maybe music wasn't that good in 1941. They hadn't discovered all of the notes yet.
Samantha.
Well, I do declare. Hello there, Bright Eyes. Where did you come from?
Alabama.
Alabama. Ain't that nice? After gallivanting around with a hatchet face, you is a pleasant surprise.
Is you my new associate?
Is I? Well, if I ain't, that's what I'm thinking of. Hey, who is that, Methuselah?
Hummer.
I know a museum that would give a fortune just to have her under glass.
What's a museum?
That's where they keep dead things.
Oh, like here.
Hmm? What's cooking?
That's food.
Brew. Home brew at this day and age? Why, don't you people know
What was that?
prohibition has been repealed?
Taste.
I don't care if I do.
How's it taste?
I don't know, but it ain't kosher. What's it for?
It's a magic potion for scaring away the evil spirits.
Evil spirits?
Oh, yeah.
Good gracious of me. Well, it is evil spirits around here.
Why, sure, the place is crawling with them. And that ain't all.
What, there's more?
Mo, you ain't heard nothing. Just wait till you see the zombies.
Zombies? What's them?
Dead folks. What walks around?
They does. Here?
Especially here.
Why here especially?
Because this is where they grows the best. They's all
Yep.
over this place.
And here are zombies.
All you have to do is clap your hands.
Not exactly Dawn of the
Come
Dead.
running.
Yeah. I mean, they still look cool, though.
Yeah.
Who is they? Who is they?
Zombies?
I have to say, as far as the voodoo zombie subgenre, I think the best I've ever seen is Wes Craven's The Serpent and the Rainbow.
Mr. Bill? Mr. Bill?
I have not seen that.
It's a lot of fun. It's very interesting. It's pretty brutal in places.
They're everywhere.
What's everywhere?
Hence, big black ones with frozen faces, with eyes that looks at you and they don't see nothing.
What's he talking about?
Oh, zombies!
Zombie.
Mr. Bill, let's get out of here. Why, this place is a walking cemetery.
Wait a minute, Jeff. What's this all about? What's a zombie?
Well, a zombie, there's, Mr. Bill, there's...
The living dead.
The living dead.
That's it. That's what they is.
Same here.
Them folks was too lazy to lay down.
Your servant seems to have learned a lot in the short time he has been here.
Nothing I ain't willing to unlearn just as quick.
I'm afraid Jeff's been seeing things.
Ain't it the truth?
Where did you see these zombies?
Mr. Bill, I saw them down into the kitchen. They walked in there just like they owned the place.
Undoubtedly some of my servants.
No, sir, not them babies. Why, they is fugitives from the undertaker.
I might find it
If this is
amusing.
what he says, it might be amusing to see these creatures for ourselves. In the kitchen, you said?
Yes, sir. That's the way I seen them.
Shall we investigate?
Sounds a little crazy. Sorry for me, I guess. How about you, Mac? Yeah, sure. I don't mind.
Superstition plays a very important part in the life of these West Indian natives. Puss.
Adequate for our simple
This
needs.
is our kitchen. Crude and rather antiquated, but adequate for our simple needs. Samantha,
Yes, master?
have you seen any zombies here?
No, master.
Have you, Tahama?
Tahama cooks for the living, not the dead.
You see?
You better get yourself a pair of glasses, Jeff.
Oh, Mr. Bill, I don't need no glasses. I saw them with my own eyes. Samantha, you was standing right beside of me when them two perishables walked in.
The only perishable thing around here is you, big boy. You've been dreaming.
Dreaming? I never dreamt a dream like that in my wildest nightmare. Mr. Bill, they was the real McCoy.
He tasted my brew, made him drunk.
Yeah,
Mr.
Jeff.
Bill, don't pay no attention to her. I wasn't drunk. You got to believe me.
You better take it easy, Jeff, and lay off that brew.
Now that we have convinced ourselves there were no zombies here, let's retire to the library.
That's for me.
Bastard.
No, you stay
Yeah,
here.
that's rude.
Look out for more zombies.
Woman, you is a prevaricator.
Don't you prevaricate me. You didn't see no zombies. You just think you did.
She's pretty
I don't
hot.
think that good. I seen them and you did
Yeah.
too. You told me that all I had to do was to clap.
Stop him! Don't do that,
I thought so.
mister. There's something that ain't never
So
no
let's see.
good for
Let's do the
nobody
math
to do
on
no
it. So
time.
she
Much
was
less
probably,
going
what,
around
about
blabbing off
22,
your big mouth
23?
about-
You mean that?
And this
that
is
Mr.
19, let's say
Samuel don't like for nobody to know he
1942,
got
so
zombies
that
around
was
there?
That's right.
80, that was 80 years
What do
ago.
you do, grow 'em?
No, but he
So
sure
she's
cultivates
about
them.
100 now. I might look her up.
That's his own business. And if
Yeah,
you're smart,
I'm
you keep
gonna
your
guess
big
she's
nose out
probably
of
not
it.
alive, but you never
Oh, yeah.
know.
You telling me?
Alice, you're down early, my dear. Permit me.
McCarthy, that fucker's gonna blacklist him.
Mr. Summers, Mr. McCarthy, our guests.
How do you do, Madam Sangre?
Howdy.
My wife isn't quite herself. She suffers from a strange malady which I'm trying to cure. Here is a peculiar case in contrast to that of the zombies, which your servant claims to have seen, where supposedly they are dead, yet retain a certain amount of animation. She lives, yet walks in the land of those beyond.
They just don't make rooms like that anymore.
No, definitely not. Or even doors.
Yeah, gee.
Forgive us if we intruded.
She looks a little like
I
Joan
didn't know
Crawford.
you prefer drinking alone.
Yeah, she does.
I was a little nervous. I thought it might make me feel better.
Of course. Permit me. Mr. Summers, Mr. McCarthy, Miss Barbara Winslow, my niece.
By marriage. The doctor... I mean, my uncle has told me of your unfortunate accident. How long do you suppose it will take you to repair the plane and leave?
Barbara, how can you talk of leaving to our guests when they have only just arrived?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way.
You see, my niece doesn't like this little island. She can only think of it in terms of departure.
Any place that don't set well with me, miss, I ups and leaves.
Unfortunately, that's easier said than done. None may leave this island if he so chooses.
How's that?
Oh, of course, I'm only speaking about myself and my family. You see, we are Austrian refugees.
Austrian,
Had
uh-huh.
to flee without passports. We had no choice.
But we're different, huh?
Naturally. You wouldn't be on this island if it hadn't been for your crash. Isn't that so, Mr. Summers?
Well, that's about the size of it. You know, I'm beginning to think these islands are bad luck for planes.
Oh, I don't understand.
About a week ago, one of our Navy planes disappeared in the same region.
One of our ranking admirals, unlike those low-ranking admirals.
Yep. Admiral Wainwright. One of our ranking admirals. Mm-hmm. He was on his way to Panama. Mission of some sort for the government.
How unfortunate. Well, of course...
Natives.
I will inform the natives first thing in the morning. And if they can learn of your admiral, I will certainly let you know.
Interestingly, so
Excuse me.
if you were on an island and you were referring to the
I see you
people
take an
who
interest in my
live there
collection.
normally, not people who are visiting, you might say the
They
locals,
constitute
right?
my hobby, gathered
Right,
from all
yeah.
over the world.
Yeah, the natives. I
Relics,
love it.
symbols of black
Yeah.
magic.
That's what they call good old-fashioned family-style racism.
That's so. Why so? You are Irish, are you not?
Sure, anybody can see that.
Well, that should be of special interest to you.
Why me?
Because it comes from your country. The ceremonial mask worn by the ancient Druid high priests during the rites of transmigration.
Transmigration.
Yes, it means the transfer of the soul of the dead to the body of the living.
Ain't that kind of tough on the living?
Perhaps so. But I know of many who would benefit.
Okay,
by
buddy,
it.
look. They say everything's a dildo if you're brave enough, but watch out with that.
Well, I hear that in Ireland a good many do.
I don't know about that.
Dinner is served.
Very interesting, Mr. McCarthy, isn't it?
Very.
The inconvenience of the material body, always demanding to be fed. Come, my dear.
The idea of me doing skullduggery in the kitchen. Why, that ain't no business for a man who used to resorting with big shots.
Who you trying to fool? Well, the only big shot around these here parts is Dr. Sangler. And I sure know you ain't no pal of his'n.
I don't intend to be. Why, that Dr. Sangre is a little shot compared with Mr. Bill.
Say,
I said. And you know why?
did you hear me inquire?
It's a secret. But I'll tell you if you promise not to tell a living soul.
Oh, I won't. Leastwise, not no living soul.
Leastwise, why, woman, is you keeping company with a zombie?
Does I look like a widow? What's the secret about Mr. Bill?
Well, he's on a little special.
He can say Bahamas.
Right, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're gonna send him all the way to the Bahamas.
Samantha. Chahama. Nakabanislaven.
Hey, what's
The
up?
Haints.
What's up?
It's almost 12 o'clock. The witching hour.
What you know? What do that mean?
It means you better be in bed or the Haints will get you.
Hanks? Hanks?
It's their feeding time, and they like stock meat.
Dog meat. You don't have to play no second chord for me to find out who that means. Where's that bed?
You stay here.
Oh, mister, I got a date with a dream.
You stay here.
Oh, couldn't we flip a coin or something to see if I stay or else?
Pay no attention to anything you see or hear.
Pleasant dreams. Nighty-night, sugar pie.
Is Joey back?
No, I think he fell in.
Uh-oh.
How can I forget to remember? Don't worry, mister. I couldn't get out of here if I wanted to. Boy, I was petrified. Where there's light, there's hope. Boy, I need all the hopes that I can dig up tonight. I sure wish I'd learned to burn a candle on both ends.
So you tried to watch the newest season of Stranger Things?
Yeah.
I'm bored. They're in high school. I don't care.
I liked it.
Yeah, I didn't get past the
Yeah.
first episode because they're all in fucking high school. I don't care. We're
That's
going
great.
to the
You should
pep
keep going.
rally.
Feeding time for the hands, and I'm caught in the kitchen.
What the hell's he sleeping on? Is that concrete?
It looks like it, yeah.
Goodness, fighters.
Uh-oh. There's not enough voodoo in today's movies.
I ain't no filming. Bill, Mr. Bill, they're after me. They're after me.
Now what?
The zombies, they've been trying to get me.
Again?
Is your servant always like that, Mr. Summers?
This ain't no laughing matter, Dr. Sanders. You fooled me once before, but you can't do it this time because I've seen them with my own eyes.
He seems to be troubled with hallucinations.
No, sir. Zombies, that's what I'm troubled with. You know what, Mr. Bill? Why, they tried to have me for dinner.
Nonsense. Zombies don't eat meat.
That ain't the way I heard it.
Oh, the crack-up must have given him a concussion. You'll be all right in the morning, Jeff, as soon as you have a good night's rest.
You right about me needing rest, but I can't get it sleeping down there in that morgue.
Now, you can stay up here with us.
Mr. Bill, them is the joyfulest words that I ever heard.
Oh, we have so much room in this house, there's no need for him to sleep here. I'll give him an opiate.
You ain't giving me nothing.
But this is so irregular.
Let him stay here, Doc. I know how he feels.
That's an
Don't blame him a
interesting
bit.
touch, too.
Oh, forget
So
it.
these two dudes refer to Jeff as the valet, which sounds like a man with an important profession, and the German calls him a servant.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, technically, yes, but still.
Well, I'm not crazy about it either, but there's nothing we can do about it.
That's what you think. Nobody leaves this island, huh? Well, I'm getting off it if I have to swim. And me right behind you. You know that Dr. Sanders has got the hex on us.
Now you're both jumping at your own shadows.
Shadows? I don't throw them kind of shadows that I saw down in that kitchen. Why, Mr. Bill, this place is zombified, but good.
Ah, forget it, Jeff.
There may be something to that zombie gag, Bill. I've heard of them.
Ah, go on. When a man's dead, he's dead.
Well, supposing he's dead and don't know it.
Yeah, the big strong men will share this nice, comfy bed.
Where am I going to sleep?
Right.
Stay on the couch.
Right over here?
Hey. What's that?
That's a generator as sure as there's shamrocks in Ireland. Maybe it's for the electric lights.
Have you seen electric lights around here?
Maybe they ain't screwed them in yet. There's only one reason for a generator to be on this island. Radio.
I don't get it. Why would he lie about the radio when...
That's one of the things that got me mixed up.
Yep.
But let me tell you this. If we live through the night and that radio on the plane is okay, I'm going to camp on it tomorrow like scare up a gunboat.
Bear with me just a second, guys. I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
Ah, damn enchiladas.
Jesus.
Mr. Bill, Mr. Mac. What's the matter? What happened? Everything happened. The first was zombies.
Is that Friday the 13th reference?
Right through that wall.
No, that was one of the scary movies that did a parody of The Exorcist.
Oh.
And the priest, played by James Woods, is in the bathroom, and you think he's trying to expel a demon, but he's actually just taking a big shit.
It's an earring. Where did you say she went?
She walked
Terrible.
right through that wall, just like it wasn't there.
Terrible.
Right here, Mr. Bill. I'll show it to you, too.
So I have not listened to any of Mantan Moreland's stand-up, but I noticed earlier that some of it's on YouTube. So I'm definitely going to have to check it out. That Ain't My Finger sounds like an awfully good routine. Apparently it has something to do with mashed potatoes.
I'll tell you better in the morning.
Yeah, he seems like a pretty funny dude.
If I do, it's got to catch up with me first. Nothing doing. Looks like even the doorknobs are haunted around this joint.
Well, I'm going to find out what this is all about right now.
Oh, Mr. Bill, with all these haunts around here, does we have to go looking for them?
Well, you can stay here, Jeff.
No, sir. Wherever thou goes, I'll go. I hope it ain't too far. Well, keep your eyes open.
Let's have a look downstairs. It's quiet as a tomb.
The tomb?
We better split up.
You don't mean 3 ways. Mr. Bill, I think 2 is better.
Look, Jeff, where did you say you saw those things?
Oh, Mr. Bill, you ain't going down in that zombie nest.
Where is it?
Oh, back in the kitchen?
That's for me. All right, I'll look around up here.
Okay, come on, Jeff. Who, me? No, sir. Oh, Mr. Mac, I ain't got no business down there.
Pipe down. You gotta show me the way.
Does I have to? Can I draw you a map or something?
Oh, go ahead, Jeff. You're wasting your time.
Oh, my goodness, right out of the skillet into the frying pan. I couldn't win tonight if I had crooked back. I never had it.
Nice use of shadow here. So that kind of use of shadow in film of the era reminds me a lot of Carol Reed's classic The Thin Man, starring Joseph Cotton and Orson Welles, based on the story by Graham Greene. It's a post-World War II tale of nihilism and ennui. And never mind, I cannot do that. Sorry.
What?
I do have to say, I do really like the shadows in this.
Yeah, it's effective.
Yeah, the lighting is very nice.
Mm-hmm.
I also like that there's randomly a skull on the bookcase.
Yeah, she's just ignored it like it's normal.
Yeah.
Oh, it's you. Do you always sneak up on people like that?
Not always. Tonight it seems to be the custom. I thought I'd return your call. You mind?
My call.
It's rather late for research, isn't it?
It always amazes me, you know, coming from a background where I worked
So I
in
noticed.
for a TV
When you
station
wanna know
and
things, you really
production.
go after it, don't you?
You watch these older movies and they really
Would you mind
haven't
please telling me
perfected
what
the
they're
art
about?
of lighting, so you
Not at all.
just get these horrible shadows out
Following
the
actor
ass.
What's the idea?
These are beautiful shadows.
So worried about it.
What are you talking about?
You just got shadows all over the place. Like today,
Yes.
the lighting's
You don't think I did
a
it,
lot
do you?
better than it was.
The shadows here create a depth and it gives a mystique to the look. It helps to set a mood.
She's been this way ever
It's
since she came here.
messy depth.
I'm afraid if we don't do something
But it's
soon,
beautiful.
something dreadful is going to happen
It's
to us.
different.
TV people versus movie people. That's what this is.
In order to help you, you've got to help us.
Oh, I'll do anything.
I don't know
All
shit
right,
about movies. I don't even watch
All right, that's
them.
it. That's it, Joey.
Yeah.
We're coming to blows.
Has a radio transmitter concealed on
I'll
the
meet you behind the
I've got
7-Eleven.
that long.
Don't make me.
I don't know where he keeps it.
Make
You're
you
gonna
get
blow each other
sick.
behind the 7-Eleven?
From somewhere.
So who's getting
You
blown?
think you could find it?
Well, everybody.
Swell.
It's
We better get back to our rooms.
I'll bring the knee pads. Well, this one's.
oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Where'd those zombies come
you talked about getting blown in knee pads, and that reminded me. So this morning, Sarah found a channel on YouTube that plays like 80s and 90s Saturday morning cartoons.
Oh, that's
And-
fun.
There's a cartoon that I didn't know about because I would have been too old by the time it was on, but it's called Captain N, and it's a Nintendo themed cartoon show. This kid gets sucked into his Nintendo that takes him to a world of Nintendo games, and he has to fight the brain from Metroid, and like all the places he goes are like levels in different games and characters in different games and stuff. But it's like there's no Mario, right? There's no there's no Link. So it's like the lesser stuff. I mean, Metroid seemed to be like the biggest one they had. But there's a scene in one of them where a rather largish guy is trying to get into a warp tunnel thing, but he's too big, and he says, "No, there's no way. I can't go in there."
That's not so bad.
And the other character says, "Of course you can. You just need some lubricant."
I heard someone sound.
What
And so
Wow.
then, wait, and then that character who said the lubricant thing says, "I'll fix it," and zaps him with a gun that turns like the top of his head into lettuce and his hands into tomatoes and stuff like this. And so he looks and he says, "This isn't lubricant." And the other one says, "Don't worry, I'll toss your salad," and then pours oil and vinegar on him and pushes him into the hole.
Well, let's go back to bed.
Wow.
I'm sorry. This won't happen
Not like a
again.
good old fashioned salad tossing.
So I'm not sure. This would have been like 1993, maybe. I'm not sure if toss your salad meant the same thing then that it has meant at different times. But
Don't look half
definitely,
bad in the
it won't
daylight.
fit. It won't go
Yeah, all
in.
those
Yes,
fakes
it
last
will.
night
You just
seemed like
need
it
some
didn't happen.
lubricant.
Don't
Meant
kid
the same
yourself.
thing then.
That airing happened.
I'm sure the
You know, I'm beginning to believe this thing
definition,
was
the
dropped on
meaning of that
purpose.
has evolved over the years.
Good morning.
Oh, yes,
Howdy.
I'm sure.
I think you dropped this last night.
That? Oh, no, that
You
belongs
got
to my
stuffed.
I'm so glad I was able to find you alone. There's something I've got to tell you.
What is it?
It's about last
It's a great
night.
line.
God.
You got stuffed.
Good morning.
Great
Having
line
an
from a
interesting
fabulous
conversation, my dear?
movie.
Miss Winslow was just telling us about your island.
Bastards.
That's right.
How thoughtful of her. Did you sleep well last night?
Well as we could with the storm and all.
Good. I took the liberty of having some breakfast sent to your room. I hope you didn't mind.
Not at all.
Well, no, I was
Unexpected
looking at her
treat.
boobs.
You seem
Very
to
unique
admire my
boobs.
wife's earrings.
Oh, I was just,
Well, they seem to be
My wedding
sprouting,
present.
so I don't know.
very unique.
Quite so. I dare say there's not another pair like them in the world.
Really?
They were among the few possessions which we were allowed to take out of the old country.
You don't say.
Well, while you are here, I want you to feel perfectly...
I'm going to Walmart.
What are your plans for today?
I'm going down and take a look at the plane. Yes, we're anxious to see what damage was done by the crash last night.
I see.
Would you care to join us, Miss Winslow?
Oh, I would love to.
No. That would be quite impossible. My niece assists me as my secretary. We have a lot of work to do, my dear.
Some other time, perhaps.
Certainly.
I miss Josh.
Go, Mac? I'm all for it.
Yeah,
Enjoy yourselves. But don't forget luncheon at noon.
Thanks,
it
Doctor.
definitely brings a different humor to the commentary.
You know how few dick jokes we've had?
They're the same, all right.
Very true.
The only pair like him in the world, huh? I don't get it. Neither do I. Barbara didn't drop it. Madame Sangre couldn't have, apparently. Who did? This is the most
So,
cockeyed
just for both
record I
people
ever
that are
heard.
actually watching this movie
I'm
with
getting
us,
as quick as
I'd like to
possible.
go ahead and hang a flag here and say that if it seems like we're just mostly watching the movie, that's okay. We are going to do a little discussion at the end of it. So if you want to hear what we thought of it, stick around. And if you're smart and don't want to hear us goons talking, you know.
Last night. Listen, are you getting those zombies on your mind, too? You and Jeff make a great pair. You still don't get
I do have to say I like the
Take a look
style
at
of
the head.
trousers they wore
That guy
back
was
then.
buried over a week ago.
High-waisted, roomy.
Come on.
Looks very comfy.
Boy, will I be glad to get away from this joint.
And yeah, definitely more comfy than jeans. I really can't stand wearing jeans anymore.
Well, it could have been worse. Hey, Mac, come here. What's the matter? Is it busted? How do you like that? Somebody's dismantled it. Dismantled it?
Yeah.
I'll say they have. What next on this devil's island? Mac, we're in a spot. I don't know why, but somebody's trying to hold us here. Trying to hold us, is it? That Dr. Sangre and his druids and his zombies? He better not try to pull any of his black magic on me. Calm down, Mac. Raving isn't going to get us anywhere. I'm going to find that, Doc. Are you crazy? Do anything now to make him suspicious? No telling what he might do. Take it easy until we find out what he's up to. Well, maybe you're right. But there's one thing I can do, and I'm going to do it right now. I said take it easy. All I'm going to do is try and find that generator we heard humming last night. Hey, that's an idea. The old man's got a radio hidden away someplace.
It
We
might
can
be.
sure use it. Let's go. You better let me handle this. Like you said, we don't want to make anybody suspicious. And with two of us snooping around, it mightn't look so hot. Okay. I'll go back to the house and try to get Barbara away from Doc long enough to find out what she was trying to tell us. Think you can handle it alone? A cinch. It's right up my alley. My old man used to be a cop.
I can hear a dog barking in the distance. Uh-oh. I take it back. This music did deserve an Oscar nomination. Oh, there's two skulls on the bookcase.
Yeah, that's weird. Because I'm sure there's only one earlier.
Yeah. See, now that's what I want. I want a bookcase that swings open to get me into my secret room. As it is, you have to lift up the toilet to get into my secret room.
Sounds messy.
Tahama,
Yes, master.
how much longer?
Soon, master, soon. Voodoo magic works slow, but it is sure.
The Admiral has fainted. Your magic is no good. It puts him to sleep.
I am Mama Lai, high voodoo priestess. I send him in trance, so he talk.
Too slow. He has valuable information, which we must have at once. The
All
three
this
men
spy
upstairs may be in
stuff
the
gets
Secret Service.
confusing.
You must make him talk, Tahama. Dr. Sangre ruft X402. Dr. Sangre ruft X402.
Have another piece of pie, honey lamb?
Already had 2.
You already had 6, but does you want another one?
Well, if you insist.
Boy, you're the most pious man I ever did see.
Ain't it the truth?
I bet you none of them gals in Harlem never baked you no pie like that.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, you ain't so smart. I had me a beau once, and he wasn't no common old valet like you neither.
Is that so?
He was an ex-porter.
Ex-porter?
That's right.
Now, that's fine. What did he handle?
Babe, on the Pullman train,
What become of him?
he was killed by a revolving crane.
A revolving crane?
Hmm.
Y'all sure have some fierce birds around this country. Do you miss him much?
Not much. I sees him every now and then.
Yeah.
Wait, where'd the pie go?
Yeah, I
That boy you met
know.
last
He
night.
just vanished.
Oh, that boy?
Also, why was he eating it with his hand? What kind of pie was that again?
You, Mr.
I don't
Bill,
know.
You sure give me a turn.
That was weird.
Seen Mac? He's been missing since
I've never
early
seen
this
anybody
morning.
eat pie with
No,
her
sir, I
just by
ain't seen
picking it up.
You don't think nothing happened to him?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I have. I've like picked up a
Remind
slice
me,
of like
Mr.
pumpkin
Bill.
pie and
I'm
just
on
ate it
your
while I was
side.
walking, but
You better go look for him.
All right. Before we
I
go
mean,
upstairs and get
sometimes
back
you don't have
down
time
the
to
back,
sit down and you
You
need some
gonna shoot
pie.
somebody?
will you? No, don't ask any questions.
Now it'd be messy
Meet me in
with
the
like
library.
an apple
sir.
pie. I think you wrapped it up in some newspaper.
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Doctor. I'm in the wrong room.
Don't
No,
see
I
if you were in
ain't,
that
but
bag.
This is Mr. Bill's room. What you doing going through his bag?
Jeff, I was looking for you.
Looking for me? In there?
I've got something to show you.
You got something to show me.
That's right.
I know, Mr. Doctor, but I got business elsewhere.
Nonsense. This is far more important.
Oh, not to me, Mr. Doctor. What is the matter? Oh, Doctor.
Watch.
That's where that lady went.
What lady?
The ghost lady.
The ghost lady?
Yes, she went right through there.
Come.
Now, wait a minute, Doc. Now, wait a minute, Mr. Sandra.
You know what's interesting?
Mr. Bill
What's
ain't gonna
that?
like this. Where's you taking me?
Our
What?
the widescreen is actually, I think, isn't it like it's actually like delayed.
Where's we going?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the live
it is.
stream's always gonna have a delay.
Yeah. I've had a look to see.
Jeff, get a move on. We got... You again. What are you doing in here? Where's Jeff?
I wouldn't know, sir.
Hidden devil.
It's gone. You know about this, you devil. Give me that gun.
I have no gun, sir.
Don't lie to me. Somebody has. Where's Jeff? Where is he? And Mac, what's happened to him?
I wouldn't know, sir.
You're gonna tell me or I'll...
I said I wouldn't know, sir.
You wouldn't spill it if you didn't know. I'm find him if I have to search every inch of this island.
Yes, sir.
Look at this watch. See it move. Watch it. You have seen nothing. You know nothing. Repeat after me. I have seen nothing. I know nothing.
I have seen nothing. I knows nothing.
I don't even know
Just
my
like him.
name.
I don't even know my name.
I am dead.
I is.
Repeat. I am dead.
I am dead.
I am
A
dead.
zombie.
I have returned
A
to the
zombie.
land of the living. I am a zombie. I am a zombie. I am a zombie.
I am a zombie. I am a zombie. I am a zombie.
Get over there where you belong.
Yes, sir. Move over, boys. I'm one of the gang now.
Mac! Jeff! Mac! Mac, where are you? Jeff!
I don't know. These zombies look pretty happy to me.
Yeah, they do.
No.
No! No! Aunt Alice, think. Think hard. Remember.
You've
try
got to be
remember.
unzombied.
Oh, you've got to get over this. You must speak to me. You must.
Didn't even know that was a thing.
No.
So you're mixed up in this mess, too.
Oh, no, I was only trying to...
I know what you were trying to do. I thought Dr. Sangre was
If you go far enough down,
Now
you
I
get
see
back
it's
to the
you.
top.
No, I'm only trying to undo what already has been done.
By hypnotizing her still further?
But it's the only way. You must believe me.
I wouldn't believe you or anybody else in this madhouse. I suppose next you and your vultures will be after me.
Next.
Don't pretend that you don't know what happened to Jeff and Mac.
I know it.
Get this man booze.
Yeah.
Mac! He's sick. Get some brandy.
To make them all better.
Yep.
Mac, tell me what's the matter. What happened? What
Yeah, like we
did?
expected to instantly make him better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's good brandy, right?
It doesn't do any good. Well, I hope you're satisfied.
No, I think...
I saw your friend enter from the jungle. Is anything the matter?
What do you think?
Well, let's have a look.
What?
He can't be cured by brandy?
I was afraid of that. He has contracted a very rare and dangerous jungle fever.
Is that so?
It paralyzes the motor region of his
I'm
brain.
Dr.
He
Vontology.
must have medical attention at once.
But you're a doctor. See what you can do about it.
I'm sorry, it's beyond my powers.
I thought so. You're going to let him die.
Not at all. There is a native doctor in the village who knows more about this than I do. We'll send for him at once.
I see.
Find Mamba and send for Dr. Kuyi. You better put him to bed. Mr. Summers, this is Dr. Kuyi.
Charmed, Mr. Summers, I'm sure.
How do you do, Doctor?
Dr. Kuyi was educated in your country, America.
Precisely. This is the patient, I presume?
Yes, make it snappy, will you, Doctor?
Oh. Have you tried giving him brandy?
Give him some more
Is that
brandy.
Colonel
Sorry,
Sanders?
there's nothing I can do.
It looks like it.
Are you sure?
He's got the same bow tie and everything.
Dead since morning.
That would have been funny if there was 3 skulls on the shelf now.
Yeah.
They should have done that.
I'm profoundly sorry about the death of your friend, Mr. Summers.
What has to be, I suppose. Did you have to bury him so soon?
It was out of my hands. The local law insists. The climate and something even worse makes it necessary.
You mean it's voodoo zombie business?
Well, it couldn't be less real than I think.
This voodoo magic is far more real than you think, Mr. Summers. You heard what Dr. Cui had to say.
No, but that's impossible. Dead since morning.
Things like that have happened before on this island. There are even whisperings going on among the natives that he was bewitched.
Bewitched? But why? What for?
Maybe for prying into things that did not concern him.
Moment bitte, Doctor.
Come sofort. Excuse me. What is it?
The radio. Word has just come through. They must have the Admiral's information at once.
We've got to make them talk.
We might perform the ceremony.
The rites of transmigration. Get everything ready. Inform Tahama. And get Madame Sangre to the dungeon.
Madame Sangre?
You heard me. Hurry.
Tahama, the ceremony später unten.
I'll be right along.
I can't stand zombies.
You've got to feed the zombies.
Me? I can't stand zombies, and you knows it.
Do as you're told. And you'd better set another plate. For we're going to have company for dinner.
Company? You mean there's a new one?
That's right. The Irishman. from
I
the
do
States.
declare.
Do declare. Imagine us having a white zombie for dinner.
Yeah, zombie for 3 minutes, already their king.
Yep.
One, two.
Yeah.
Gangway for Kid Zom.
What you doing in that lineup?
Don't bother me, woman. Can't you see ours a has-been?
A zombie?
Nothing else but. And don't ask me my name, because I don't know. I don't know nothing.
You ain't no zombie. Zombies can't talk.
Can I help it cause I'm loquacious?
How'd you get this way?
I ain't telling nothing. All I know is that I joined the club. And as a member, I have...
What privileges?
That's great.
There ain't no new development with you.
Woman, where's my food?
There it is. Help yourself.
Company, come and get it.
Where's the white one?
What white one?
The one who flew the plane you come in. He's also one of the new recruits.
The only one I know about is the boys in my squad. Is this the best food you got?
The best? For zombies, that M the 6-bit deluxe special.
Just being a zombie sure is a drawback. Where's the salt?
You eat that the way it is and likes it. Zombies ain't supposed to use salt.
I thought you said.
I changed my
You
mind.
know, heron?
Yeah.
More like it. Take it easy there, woman. I ain't no heron.
Now eat.
Ooh, what is you trying to do, poison me?
How's you feeling?
How should I feel?
You ain't feeling dead, is you? 'Cause if you is, then you's a zombie.
And if I ain't?
Then you ain't no zombie. The rule says if a zombie uses salt, he dries up and gets dead again.
How do I look? How do I look?
Take a look for yourself.
Well, according to this, I ain't dead.
That's all I want to know. Then you ain't no zombie.
How you know?
'Cause when a zombie looks in the mirror, he don't see nothing.
So that's an interesting thing, actually. So it's saying that a zombie can't recognize its own
That's me, all
reflection in a
right.
mirror,
Well,
suggesting
I
that
ain't
they
no
have
zombie
lost
after
their
all.
concept of the
If I
self.
ain't no zombie,
I
they is.
think
What am I doing
that
here?
Freud
Hey,
would
where you
say.
going?
Never mind, I can't do it.
Jeff, where have you been? What are you doing coming out of there?
One at a time, Mr. Bill. I just been reincarnated.
You what?
I just got de-zombified. That's the facts, Mr. Bill. But that's all I remember.
Jeff, you've got to remember. These zombies. Did you see any of them?
I just got through eating dinner with them.
Were any of them white?
Why do you ask me that? Samantha asked me the same thing down in the kitchen.
No, I was just thinking of Mac. They were in such a hurry to bury him.
Bury him? Is Mr. Mac dead? My goodness. Maybe he's the one that,
The one? Go on. What one?
I was digging in a graveyard. Can you imagine me digging in a graveyard?
What about the graveyard?
No, that couldn't have been me.
Oh, but Jeff, you've got...
What was that?
Sounded like a woman's scream.
What one?
I don't know,
I'm
but it sounded
actually,
like Barbara. I have the
after
flashlight.
being most of the way through my third infection of COVID, I'm going to say that it looks here like zombism might be slightly preferable than to COVID-19.
Down here.
I mean, they
Cool.
feed you.
Yeah.
Eat pie with your hands. I don't know.
This way. Madame Sangre. That's what you got for trying to warn us. Whoever did it can't be far away.
You mean can't be too far away?
Jeff, look.
Eyes, if you look, I ain't responsible for nothing you sees. Mr. Bill, ain't that a coffin?
It's Max.
You don't think he done joined up with the zombies, do you?
I don't know. But if that Sangre thinks he can use Mac's body to...
What's the matter?
Listen. What does that sound like to you?
I don't know, but it ain't Gene Krupa.
It's the same drums we heard the other night. Voodoo drums. We gotta find them.
Oh, Mr. Bill, ain't we found enough in one day?
After this, there's no telling what he's up to. Mac might be... Come on.
I'm coming.
What? Yeah.
Mr. Bill, does we have to do this?
Quiet, Jeff.
I ain't said a word.
It's like they're riding a roller coaster.
Yeah.
In there.
Ovaltine, Ovaltine.
No, it won't Jeff, you were down here. Don't you remember how you got in?
I can't remember.
Think hard, Jeff. We got to get in there.
Now, let me think.
Cocoa beans.
The dude's wearing a giant butt plug on his head. A racist butt plug.
Yeah.
Speaking of, hey, Joey.
Yes. What?
Nothing.
He's not watching the movie, remember? He doesn't watch movies.
No, I was just
That's
catching
right.
up on some Twitter news.
Is Twitter dead yet?
No, not yet.
You know, that's interesting. I said racist butt plug, and you said Twitter and Elon Musk, so...
Who are you? Speak. Tell me, who are you?
I am.
Abner?
I am. Admiral. Admiral.
I ain't vocal.
Admiral Wainwright, what were your orders?
Go. To go.
Stop! Stop! Mamba, you fool! She was
Hi there.
going to talk.
Unbelievers. Outsiders come in.
Get them!
Mac,
Go back.
remember how I used to give you back
Bill
shots?
Summers, your pal. Go back. Mac, go back.
Those are like the least scary looking zombies I've ever seen.
Right? I mean, they don't eat you. What's he afraid of?
Mac, stop! Stop them!
Did you contact the Coast Guard all right, Admiral?
They'll be aboard here for us in the morning. So how's your friend?
Those bullets didn't help him any. He'll need a little patching up when that Coast Guard cutter gets here. But he says he's raring to go again. Say, by the way, how did that insane doctor manage to get you on this island?
Well, he brought our plane down with a false radio beam. Killed the crew and tortured me to get information about our canal zone fortifications for his government. He didn't succeed at first. And then he decided to try this voodoo business.
Oh, you mean those rites of transmigration he talked about?
Yes, that's right. You see, he tried to transfer the Admiral's information to my brain. He was completely mad on the subject of hypnotism. Half the island was under his spell.
First, he tried to use Madame Sangre as a subject. When she broke under the strain, he used Barbara. I hate to think what might have happened if you hadn't turned those zombies against him.
You and me
Well,
both.
folks,
If there's
that was
one
King
thing
of the
that I wouldn't
Zombies.
want to be twice, zombies
So,
and both of them.
Joey, what did you think?
I thought it was lovely.
Did you watch any of it?
No.
I'm mostly not all here, but I'm kind of here. So
I know.
I'm so yeah, it was enjoyable.
What did?
Yeah.
Casey, what was your thoughts?
It was I didn't.
Yeah,
The actor Mantan, I think he brought a lot of humor to it. I think that's what made it enjoyable. Really, was his character.
Yeah, it's his performance 100%. Without him, there's like nothing to watch here,
Yeah.
honestly. Yeah, that's the entire reason I like it.
Did we lose everybody?
Not one of-
Oh, everybody dropped off for a second, but we're back.
No, we dropped
What?
off?
Yes.
What happened?
For some reason, connection got dropped on Google Meets, but we're back.
Oh. Oh, okay. Well, I was still there, wasn't I?
Yeah. I didn't hear any. Yeah, I didn't hear you drop.
Yeah.
All right. So that was the. I have no deeper analysis than what I gave at the outset. I still think that Jeff's character is the quintessential example of what Spike Lee called the magical Negro in American film. I also think that Mantan is the only reason to watch the film. That and the trousers. There's just a lovely array of wonderful 1940s era trousers. So definitely watch for that. But other than that's what the movie has to offer. I enjoy it. I've seen it a few times. Most of the times I've seen it, it's been on in the background while I'm doing stuff. It's one of those that gives me a giggle. I have no deeper analysis than that to offer. What else do we want to lay out here for the listener before we call it a night, guys?
Well, so 3 movies I picked up this week, which if you're into 4K movies, check out the deals on Amazon. You get some incredible deals. So The Lost Boys 4K and Poltergeist 4K were both on Amazon, and they were only $10 for each. So I picked both of those up.
I picked up The Lost Boys on the same sale.
And then yesterday at Vintage Stock, I ended up buying Satan's Little Helper, which I thought I had seen the movie before, but I think I was mixing it up. If I remember right, in the Trick or Treat anthology, there was a story of a little boy who got mixed up doing bad things, and I was thinking of that, so I thought I had seen it. Turns out I was thinking of that, and I hadn't seen it.
What movie are you talking about that you thought it was?
In Trick or Treat, there was a segment in there where a little kid is like dressed as Satan, and he gets mixed up and like doing some bad stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So when I got Satan's Little Helper, I was thinking of that, and I was like, oh, well, I've seen this. This is fun. Excuse me while I die.
I agree.
But come to find out, I hadn't seen it before, so I ended up watching it this evening, and it was an okay movie. It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible. It seemed like a lot of ideas were like taken from the Halloween franchise. But
The Cult of Thorn.
It wasn't terrible. But
I was gonna say, did the killer have sex with his niece?
No, there wasn't any of that. I think there was one scene where you saw somebody, a lady topless. And,
Big fan.
And that was it. There wasn't really, I mean, it was basically a guy in a mask with the little boy in tow going around killing people. So it kind of just had a Halloween vibe to it.
I'm kind of a fan of that.
It does have a good Halloween atmosphere, so it's something that I would definitely watch every Halloween, around Halloween time. And then it's kind of it's not a great movie, but I think it's along the same lines as that 4th of July movie, Uncle Sam. Yeah. It's got kind of the same level of production and acting and stuff. You know, it's a decent movie, but not great.
Yeah,
I need to watch Uncle Sam.
Uncle Sam, because we watched that, you and I, and that was a pretty fun movie. I think I'd probably prefer that over Satan's Little Helper, but In the end, it works out. You and I are going to trade movies, and you're going to get that, and I'll just get something else. So it works out in
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah, because I had that one pre-ordered with Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things, which is a blind buy, and I ended up watching it somewhere on streaming, and I'm glad I ended up canceling it because it kept getting pushed back, and then I just never reordered Satan's Little Helper. So yeah, I'm glad I want to get that from you. And then the only other thing, I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty because the new Modern Warfare 2 came out, so I haven't really been watching a ton of movies. I picked up Pearl. I wasn't going to because I know damn well they're going to have a 4K trilogy after Maxine comes out on A24 Shop.
Yeah.
But I was like, I saw the slip and I saw people picking it up. I'm like, man, that slip looks so nice. So I went ahead and grabbed it. And then I pre-ordered a couple of what is it? Blue Underground. They're putting out Marquis de Sade's Justine and then Eugenie. So I got those pre-ordered. And then I picked up some stuff from like vintage stock and Dollar Tree, like Zodiac and The Possession of Hannah Grace. Those are good. Free Guy was on sale for $13, or actually, yeah, it was $13, I guess. I picked that up.
Zodiac is such an incredible. That's probably one of my favorite Jake Gyllenhaal movies. Him and Robert Downey Jr. in it.
Yeah, it's a really good movie.
And Mark Ruffalo and Anthony Edwards. Like it just had a really great cast, and you know, and I've always been fascinated with the Zodiac killer. Like, who was it? There's a lot of theories. There's a lot of circumstantial evidence. So,
dude, they solved that. It was Ted Cruz.
Yeah, it's Ted Cruz, but so far circumstantial evidence. But that case has always been just fascinating to me. It has been for like decades. I've always been intrigued, and they nailed it with that movie Zodiac, which is such an incredible, well written, well directed, great cast. Like,
well, it's Fincher. You expect taut direction from Fincher.
Yeah, like you cannot make another Zodiac movie that I don't know how it would exceed that.
You could do it in porn.
Yeah, I guess you could.
Good. But yeah, that's definitely a buy you got that I'm jealous of. I have it on DVD, but I don't have it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, and what's crazy is it was only $10, and it was new. That's when I picked up from Vintage Stock, and looking on like Amazon, it was around like $25 to $30. So I'm not sure why.
It sucks, you know, because you found it at Vintage Stock, and somehow I've missed it because I want that on Blu-ray, and I know I can order it online, but if I saw it at Vintage Stock, I would just prefer getting it there.
Yeah, I mean, definitely it was cheaper.
So my recent pickups, I also picked up the 4K of The Lost Boys. I picked up the Blu-ray of The Battery. I don't know if you guys have seen that. It's a low-budget zombie film. I'm a big fan. Liked it a lot.
The masturbating dude, the dude that masturbates to the zombie.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a great.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I picked up Anti-Birth on Blu-ray. It's one of my favorite Natasha Lyonne performances. Such a weird movie. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's kind of trippy about pregnancy.
That's typically a lot of movies she's in. She's been in a lot of movies that's just trippy as hell.
Oh yeah. I'm a big fan.
And that's a lot of there was a movie I can't even think of it. It was either late '90s or early 2000s. I was just kind of that way. It was just maybe one of her earlier, maybe one of her first top 5 movies she was in. It was just trippy as hell.
So I also finally picked up The Amusement Park because I'm trying to finish out the rest of my Romero collection. I'm never going to get Bruiser, I guess, because they're never going to fucking release it in the U.S. But anyway, I had The Amusement Park. And then I picked up the Grindhouse releasing 3 discs of Fulci's The Beyond. Got it, and then immediately had Pacey remind me that there's a 4K coming soon. So I'll be buying that twice, I guess.
Correct.
And I watched a great movie. It's on Shudder. It's called Messiah of Evil. It's very 1970s. This woman goes to a weird little small coastal town to try to find her father, and weird things are happening in the town. And it's I don't want to give too much away because it's really worth at least one viewing. It's very moody, very 1970s. And just a lot of fun, especially if you like the something weird is going on in this town kind of trope.
Yeah, I actually picked that one up this year. It's a Code Red release, and I think I grabbed it off of Capstone Films. That I don't know where the dude who runs that gets these, but he's got a lot of out of print stuff on there. Takes a while to ship, but I've always had good. Got good stuff from them. And then Diabolic, or somebody released a slipcover for it fairly recently.
Really?
And you could buy it on Diabolic. You could buy the slip only or buy the whole movie again. They had a limited amount of them, but yeah, it's a great movie.
Since you're talking about that, and, maybe our one viewer would be interesting, but does anybody want to talk about the Severance Black Friday that's coming up?
Like the shitty Black Friday.
What shitty? 4 flies on gray velvet.
Yeah, minus that. I mean, yeah, that's awesome. But
and also that mutant movie.
Yeah, the Severance sale. I can't remember when it starts, but
I'm looking at trying to find it here when it starts.
Yeah, I couldn't find the date. I don't think it's actual Black Friday.
Yeah, no, I think it starts a little. Well,
so it starts at midnight Eastern Daylight Time on 11/25 through 3 a.m. Tuesday, November 29th. So,
okay.
Midnight Eastern Daylight Time on November 25th through 3 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time Tuesday, November 29th.
Yeah, I mean, I love Severin. They've got a lot of good stuff, but they're really, they've increased the cost of their shipping unless you order so much. And they got a new website now. I was just reading about this. So, like with Vinegar Syndrome, you can go and you can order one movie, and then you can turn around and make another order for another movie, and you can just add it to your existing Black Friday order. So you used to be able to do that on Severin, but they got a new website, which they released during their halfway to Black Friday sale this year, which was strange. Like, I don't know why you would test a new website the day you start some huge sale, but they don't have that option anymore. So instead, what they do is they told everybody that they can make multiple orders, and that when they go to ship, it will automatically refund the extra shipping that's charged on each order, which is kind of weird. Like, why would you have that option on your old website and then remove that option from your new one?
I agree with that.
Is there any others like Diabolic or Full Moon Production? Do any of those have any Black Friday deals that they do?
Vinegar Syndrome will have a big Black Friday sale. Everything that's at least 6 months old is on sale. And then they'll have a bunch of new releases for Black Friday. Honestly, I don't think I've been super excited about any of the stuff that's been announced for Vinegar Syndrome yet. In fact,
they've got some stuff up there. So they're releasing the new Homegrown Horror Volume 2.
That's right.
So that's pretty cool. I mean, I like the first one. I hadn't seen any of them, but I thought they were pretty fun movies. And from what I gather, these are actually all 4K. And I can't remember what movies were in them, but I looked them all up, and they all looked pretty good. So I'm kind of excited about that. And then they've got Roadhouse is going to be shipping. That's kind of a Black Friday title because it's not out yet.
Yeah.
And then they've got some mystery titles. Evidently, they're going to announce probably when the sale goes live.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say.
They'll have some catalog slips too.
Mm-hmm. The Invisible Maniac is one of their Black Friday titles. I haven't seen it, but it looks interesting.
Yeah, that's one I might need.
But yeah, they're the one I'm looking forward to most. I mean, I already get half off of my stuff anyway because I'm a subscriber. But
Yeah.
But except for older stuff. So if there's anything older than this year, I don't get half off. So I might have to go through and see if there's any catalog stuff I want to pick up. But yeah, Severin just kind of made me mad because I was looking forward to getting I was going to order that Ray Dennis Steckler set, thinking it was going to be on sale, but they said it wasn't. They said no box sets, which is weird.
Yeah.
They've had box sets at half off in the past during their Black Friday and halfway sales, so I don't know why this year they're not doing it.
I want to say last time they weren't actually half off; they were like 40% off.
Yeah, maybe. But
Yeah,
I definitely know
that all the haunts
Mm-hmm.
box set, which
So,
honestly one of the best buys I've ever gotten.
Yeah, that's excellent. I still need to finish that. I've watched maybe about half of them, and it's an awesome set. But yeah, they definitely put out some good stuff. And yeah, the Four Flies is definitely a huge
that's a
thing.
must.
But I think I'm not going to pick it up though, just because I don't. It's going to be available forever. I mean, it's not like that one's going to sell out. So I'll probably wait until it's 6 months old so I can get it at half off at one of their next sales.
I'll just get it. I need it.
Because
Must have.
It's $55. That's kind of steep for one movie. I mean, it's not like I haven't paid that before. But
yeah, exactly.
But honestly, this one would be a blind buy. I've heard a lot about it, but I've never seen it.
I love Argento, so
I do too, but I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know
same
that.
here. Italian movies are just my favorite.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay, team. Listen, I am gonna. Boy, my brain really is gone. I am gonna call it a night.
Well, hey, do we want to tease maybe an upcoming episode if everything goes right, or do we want to hold off on that? You mentioned it on Facebook with our special guest.
Yep, we are going to have Sarah Lind, star of A Wounded Fawn, and the exorcism of my brain,
Molly Hartley.
Yeah, Molly Hartley. Jeez, my brain. On Joey, do you have the date?
I don't. I think it's
27th.
next Sunday.
Yep.
Yes, it is next Sunday.
And she's been in a lot of movies. She's been in a movie with Nicolas Cage, and she's been in a lot.
Yeah, I actually rewatched The Exorcism of Molly Hartley the other night, and the movie's all right, but I will say that her acting in the movie was far outweighed everybody else's. I mean, honestly.
She's very good, and I'm very excited that we're actually able to get her to come on and talk to us.
That's very cool. I'm excited about that.
It's very clear that she has no idea what she's in for.
Yeah, I'm going to be behind the scenes, not talking, not on.
You're asking all the questions.
Casey's going to puke. It's going to be good times. After that, we're never going to see or hear from Casey ever again. He's already sick to his stomach when it comes to guests. But having
Casey did great with our last guest.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Yeah, no, I get a little shy around new people. So yeah, like when we were gonna have when I heard that she was coming on, I was like, oh my god, this is a little stressful.
If any of our 3 followers out there has any kind of connection to John Stamos, we are trying to get him on our show.
We're going to get Stamos.
We've tagged him on TikTok, on Instagram, on Twitter. We need his attention.
So if we have him on, though, he's not in any like horror movies or anything, right?
He's been in a horror movie.
Huh?
He's been in at least one horror movie. I'll look it up. I know he has.
But I would just love to hear his perspective of like the horror genre, because you never really see him get into that. So
I want to hear what he thinks of. I want to hear what Brian Wilson thinks of horror, because this is the only person that I would ever get a chance to talk to who knows Brian Wilson.
So yeah, if any of our 3 followers has connection to John Stamos, tell them to reach out to us. We want him on.
We're getting Stamos. All right, guys. I am done with the live stream because I'm going to go take my medicine.
I'm probably going to go die.
So anybody who's listening, give us a follow on social media, Bloodfest Pod at Twitter. Look for Bloodfest the podcast on Facebook. We're on the TikTok. We're on the Pinterest. You can look us up on Pinterest. And, of course, www.bloodfestpodcast.com. www.bloodfestpodcast.com. Give us a 5-star review, a like, a follow, whatever. Tell a friend. We love you. Thanks for being around. Good night.